Our presentation was on the San Antonio Riverwalk and flood control system. To control flooding in San Antonio, the city took on a project to construct dams, diversion tunnels, bypass channels, and floodgates. With these in place, dozens of floods that happened in the surrounding area were stopped at the Riverwalk. All of these worked together to control the floodwaters. Now, the civil engineering disciplines, structural engineering, structural management, construction engineering were all used in the actual building of the dams, the diversion tunnels, the bypass channels, all the actual construction and building. Environmental engineering is used throughout this project. One example is every year they drain the entire Riverwalk, clean it, and fill it back up. Another thing is, before this was all built, conservationists came out, environmentalists, and saw the damages that were being caused by these floods in the early 20s before all this was built, and it was polluting the water from all the trash and debris from the floods. And now after this was built, this has created a much cleaner environment, a much cleaner river. Now, water resource engineering is used throughout this process with the draining of the water, also used in the diversion tunnels with getting rid of the floodwaters, and used in the dams. Geotechnical engineering is used with the digging of the diversion tunnels, also moving the dirt and earth when building the dams. Now, the flood diversion tunnels is the main focus of this presentation. There are two tunnels, the San Antonio River Tunnel and the San Padre Creek Tunnel. The San Antonio River Tunnel was the larger of the two. It took 3 years to construct. They both are 150 feet below downtown, so they prevent downtown flooding as well as prevent Riverwalk flooding by getting help from the dams and the floodgates as well. Now, the San Antonio River Tunnel moves 3 million gallons of water per hour, and that is 80% of the two tunnels, so it's the much more important tunnel. The San Padre Creek Tunnel is a third of the size, and it only took 3 years to build. The reason for this, the San Antonio Riverwalk took 10 years to build. The reason San Padre Creek was much quicker is it had a lot less complications that I'll talk about later on. Now, the construction of the tunnels, both were dug with a 620-ton drill, the Robbins model TBM drill. They were both built in the same size and dimensions. But what I mean by that is they were both built in the same way. You can see here that they all had the same size shafts. They were both 24 feet 4 inches wide. Both had a 2-degree decline with a 32-foot difference in the inlet to the outlet. Now, the complications of the diversion tunnels, the San Antonio River Tunnel had many problems, mostly due to the soft shell the drill had to dig through. The first 600 meters were filled with sand seams that kept leading to fallout, witnessed by many of the contractors. The crew lost an entire year digging through this soft shell from the first 600 meters. Now, to combat this, the crew installed deep-seated rock anchors to keep the drill sturdy. Now, the San Padre Creek Tunnel was much easier. It had a much sturdier medium. It had to go through soft clay and limestone. For this, it only took 3 years to build. It was the first to be built starting in 91. Now, the only complication with this tunnel was the learning curve of the drill. The drill had only been used one other time in Nevada, and this was completely different dirt, earth, rock that they had to dig through. So just the learning curve of the contractors was the complication for this tunnel. Thank you. Stop share. Stop.